where do you see the business in 5 years?
Why did you want to start a business?
What advice would you give to someone who is just starting a business?
What routines do you follow each day?
Oh my God. Get in, she says. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A, and we actually did ask everyone on Instagram to give us some questions, but we also asked maybe 5 minutes ago. And if we do get questions, they usually take a lot longer than 5 minutes. So we've actually created some of our own questions and looked at common questions to ask business owners and entrepreneurs.
We literally just Googled what you should ask business owners.
So the questions are on your phone.
Are they?
Yeah, because my phone is recording. I'm just going to give you a bit of interlude while Penelope gets the questions. We're currently in our hotel in Da Nang, which is kind of like halfway between north and south in Vietnam. So we're here for a little bit, and then we're going down to the south of Vietnam, and then we're going to Korea, we think.
Maybe a quick stop to Bangkok. We haven't decided.
Maybe a quick stop to Bangkok.
Which is actually wild because it's about 5 days away.
We're really, really bad at planning.
We're not bad at planning. We like to play by ear because I don't know where we're going to want to be in 5 days. We might want to be in Bangkok, but we might not.
All right. You look gorgeous.
Okay, we'll start with a really easy one. Why did you want to start a business?
For me, definitely freedom and ability to scale based on skill and knowledge rather than time. Because I think as I was working more for someone else, I realized the only thing that I could offer them is time. But when you start a business, you can start to offer your skills as leverage, and you can get way more bang for your buck with your skill rather than your time. In summary, I don't really want to be working for my whole life. And if we can retire early, that would be awesome. So that's probably my reason.
That's a great reason, Eden. That's great. My answer's similar, but for a different reason. I think your reason is because you don't want to work forever, so you want to have money. My reason's more just I physically could not work for someone. Like, I tried, and I think I lasted 6 months until my very first job. I lasted 6 months, and then I had 1 day off a week, and so I was working 4 days in corporate Australia. I don't even know if that's a thing, corporate Australia. So I did another 6 months, and then I had to take a year off because I just hated it so much. I physically cannot work for anyone else anymore, or ever. So that's why I decided to start a business.
Next question we've got, what advice would you give to someone who is just starting a business?
Advice for someone who's just starting a business is probably just don't give up. I think it's a very hard thing to do, and you're going to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. My biggest advice is just don't give up. Don't listen to anyone else, because there's a lot of people that are going to tell you you can't do it because they physically or mentally can't do it themselves, and they don't want to see you succeed. I know that sounds horrible, but majority of people don't want to see you succeed because everyone's thinking about themselves.
On the back of that, there was this study, I can't reference it, but there was a study that said what is the most common characteristic between business owners, and it's not like good looks or high intelligence or good social skills or good leadership. It literally is just grit. The amount of times you'll just be so close to giving up or so close to, this isn't going to work out. Just as soon as you push past that, it's just rainbows. It's like the grass, they say the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener on the other side in this circumstance.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can use that analogy. But yeah, just grit your teeth and sacrifice for at least 12 months. If after 12 months you're about to be on the street, maybe get a job. But just don't give up. And I can assure you that if you show up every day and put in the work, you'll succeed.
Question number 3. How do you deal with fear and doubt?
Honestly, I don't have a lot of fear and a lot of doubt. I know I think the way that I deal with it is by not acknowledging its existence. I know that deep down that we're going to succeed beyond anything else. And I think even if you think about doubting yourself, and if you think about the fears of not succeeding, then maybe they'll creep up and exist. It's like when you manifest something, like let's say you're thinking about getting a new car, and like all you want is a Mazda, and then you drive around and all you ever see is Mazdas. So if you start thinking about doubt, that's all you're ever going to see. If you start fearing certain things, that's all you're going to feel. So think about the things you want to feel. So if you want to be successful, what does that look like? And think about that.
Personally, how I overcame fear and doubt was cutting out people who were creating that fear and doubt. Because at the end of the day, you are kind of like a product of your own environment. So if you've got people around you that are saying, you can't do this, you're this, they're creating your sense of self. So my way to deal with this was to isolate myself. I know that sounds really horrible, but it was a really good way for me to build my own sense of self about who I wanted to be and who I wanted to create. So that was kind of how I overcame my sense of fear and doubt. Surround yourself with things that turn you into who you want. And if that means isolating yourself, just do it. I did it for 6 months to a year, and it was honestly one of the best things that I ever did, because then I became who I wanted to be and created who I wanted to be. What routines do you follow each day?
Non-negotiables, even whilst traveling, have been exercise. That's something that I think ever since I started doing, my life drastically changed. Before I was going to the gym, it was like, life sucks a little bit. But as soon as you start exercising, like, yeah, you feel good, but like, it also scientifically says that you it releases endorphins that make you feel better. And like, if you look good, feel good, you're gonna perform well. And eating well when possible. In regards to business, always plan your day the day before. So the next day, just plan at least 3 things. I say 3 things you got to plan. And then the following day, have like 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is, where you're going to get those done. And then outside that, I see it as like bonus work. Like bonus, you get bonus things done. Like, let's say you work for 2 hours, you get everything done. You have another 2 hours that you want to work, and you get some extra stuff done. So it's like you're fulfilling more than you thought you could. But if you give yourself 10 tasks the day before, you only complete 5, you feel like you've lost.
I think our daily routine obviously looks a lot different now than when we were first starting Boring. I think our daily routine back then was hustle, but in a healthy way. We would get up so early. We'd get up at 5, have breakfast, go to the gym, cold plunge, sauna every single day, and then deep work for 5 hours. Then we'd go to bed so early as well. We'd go to bed at 8 o'clock. No TV, just books at night for about, I reckon, 9 months we did that.
Close to 12.
Close to 12, yeah. Obviously, we don't do that now. My routine, I always have to do something a bit mindful in the morning, and I guess that changes every single place we go. So it can either be like a morning swim, journal, daily pages, whatever they call them these days.
Who's they?
I don't know, the internet. People are calling it different things.
Yeah.
Morning pages, I don't know. A bit of stretching. I don't really like to exercise straight away in the mornings anymore. Sometimes I've been doing a beach walk here. But yeah, I like to do something mindful because it sets me up for the day, because I'm quite I would say an overwhelmed kind of person. Like if I scroll in the morning, my day's ruined. I have to start again.
She turns into an iPad kid.
I do, honestly. I turn into an iPad kid. So I can't get my morning dopamine from a screen. No. It needs to be a book. Yeah. I prefer to plan my day in the morning. Eden's the day before. But I am definitely in the morning kind of person, because I don't know how I'm going to feel, because I'm a woman. So I don't know what I want to do that day.
Our backup career is creating pop songs for pop stars, because we can come up with them pretty easily. Also, apparently, if you sing a lot, it means you're really happy. So
we sing all the time.
The next question is, where do you see the business in 5 years?
I think Boring will turn into a big umbrella, and I think it will have lots of subsidiary businesses, which I think is what we're kind of working towards at the moment. Because if you hadn't noticed, Eden and I are a bit, we don't like to sit still. We have a lot of ideas and a lot of energy and we like to do new things a lot. So I think Boring will turn into a big umbrella of different things, and that could be fashion, books, things, objects. We don't really know what it's going to look like. Art galleries. We've got a lot of things that we want to do. Definitely
The same as Pen. In 5 years' time, one of my goals, which isn't really like monetary or success, is just to make Boring a global / internationally recognized company. Whether it's it doesn't mean we have to be like the biggest company in the world, but just make sure that we are across the whole world. Like we already are, in a sense, because our social media reaches everyone. But I just think it'd be so cool to like go over to like Europe or something, and everyone's like, you're those guys who started that company. I just think that would be such a cool feeling. And I think eventually boring will be a combination between design and art, where right now it's like more design, but I think art could come into it a bit more because we're both creative in that sense, but not a lot of people do design X art crossover. Excuse me, you don't drip on me.
Didn't mean to drip.
How does your business look different now versus when it started?
When we started, we were offering a lot of different things because we weren't really sure what we were wanting to do. So we kind of put all of our skill sets into the business. So we're doing marketing, SEO, website building, design for everything, blogs. We were offering absolutely everything. And now we only offer branding, straight up branding.
Additionally to that though, just by nature, our business has kind of grown into helping other creatives and writers and designers to do what we're doing as well. Like just by the way that things turned out, like obviously we do client work, like just branding, but we also have resources and templates and things to help other people do what we do, which kind of just happened because people ask, we tell. There's no secrets. What sets your business apart from others in the industry?
I think a lot of things, but I think mainly because we've kind of created a personal brand mixed with a business brand for our main source of marketing, I guess, which a lot of branding businesses don't do, and a lot of design, I don't like this word, agencies, which we're not, design agencies don't do either. So I think we've kind of created this business personal brand, which kind of sets us apart from other people. And I think we really, really, really plug our social media. I think that's something that we've put a lot of love into. Whereas again, a lot of branding companies don't do this. They have a lot of different ways to get clients.
Social media is first for us, whereas a lot of companies put it last. All right, what's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur?
The very initial stages of it is when you have to make a lot of sacrifices, cut out everything in your life, make sure that you're putting your business at the very forefront. Like if you want it, it needs to be your priority. It needs to be the only thing that you care about in that time. I think that was the hardest part for me.
When you first start, it's finding the balance between working on your business and in your business. Because if you work in the business, it's not going to grow. If you work on the business, it is going to grow, but you might not make money because you're not like working with clients or selling a product. So you have to find that balance where you're giving both some love. Otherwise, you'll just burn out and feel like you're employed to yourself.
That's good. I like that.
Skippity die.
What is your favorite part about being an entrepreneur? Honestly, just the freedom.
Favorite part?
Just the freedom.
Not ever having to worry about a boss messaging or calling, being like, where's this or where's that, or getting in trouble. I think that's probably my number one for sure.
Yeah, it's the best. I also don't miss like being told off for things that weren't my fault. I felt like that was such a thing in an office. Everyone's always looking for the blame, and it's like, all right, if I made a mistake, I know that it's my fault and like I can fix it, which means that there's like, you know, just less mistakes.
Just like being told off in general, like we're adults. Why are we getting told off?
Yeah, like being treated like children. I do not miss at all.
What qualities do you think every entrepreneur should possess?
I think you already touched on this, but grit.
The number one quality you need is grit. How have you grown personally from being an entrepreneur? How have you grown personally
I've
from
got an
being
answer
an
for
entrepreneur?
this. I squished a lot of myself down and a lot of my... Not that I was like an unconfident person, but I think, as I said, I was surrounded by a lot of people who were, let's say, like realistic. They were like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. I think a lot of my self-doubt came from a lot of other people. So isolating myself from being an entrepreneur really grew my like self-belief. And I feel like I can do anything now. I really feel like once we got boring to a point that it is now, I feel like I can literally do anything now, which is a really cool feeling.
My ability to look globally and just bigger, because when I was employed, it was just like what's in my immediate vicinity, like physically, like what's in my block, who's at my work. Like it was just this bubble, and it was so small. And now it's like, look at how big the world is, how much opportunity there is. Like, don't just limit yourself to this stupid little block in your hometown or wherever you live. It doesn't matter if you can't, like, you don't have to travel there, but like, even if you're on social media or on the internet, like, it's huge. That's what I've learned.
I was going to say maybe you learned it from traveling, but I think maybe you learned that from social media.
I think social media, because we get to talk to people and like all the time. Like, when we talk to like, other businesses and other companies and other founders, and they're like overseas, and I'm like, well, like everyone's doing this really cool thing, but we're all from different places, different languages, different cultures. It's
I think the world became very vast from social media, which is such a cool thing.
skibbity toilet Rizzler. Pen and I've been on brain rot talk lately, and it's not good. If you think that we're just like professional business owners,
We're not.
they're far from it. We're just normal brain rots, just like you.
We're just meme lords.
Brain rot,
I think you're way more brain rot than me.
I don't know as much
like,
as
I read the New Yorker in the morning.
I watch TikToks in the morning. You've gotten this far, give us a subscribe, give us a follow. Don't give us a follow, give us a subscribe, a like, comment something.
Yeah, we love comments.
Comment a question, comment some hate. We don't care. We're going to leave it here, though. I don't think we need to speak anymore. If you have any questions, let us know. Give us a subscribe. Give us a like. Go check our social media out. Have a look at our website. Do all the fun stuff. And go and enjoy your day. If you're a business owner, go and enjoy it. Have some fun. Go talk to someone or buy a banh mi or something.
So random.
Well, that's my life.
Okay.
It's now or never.
We're going to go to the beach.
Outro. I don't want to live for... Are we?
Are we?
No, I'm going to the gym, and apparently you're going to edit this.
I always get stuck with old jobs.
You said you wanted to.
No, I want to go to the gym.
Bye.
I want to go to the gym.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.